I took my parents to Turkey for full body longevity checkups. Doing this in the US would have bankrupted me and been impossible to schedule, but in 3 days, we're doing it all.
Full comprehensive body checkup, which includes all of these things, for just $280 USD.
It cost our family of 3 just $1,300.
I flew to Turkey for a full body checkup for $600.
I'm like this close to booking myself a flight to Turkey. What does it say about the American healthcare system when it is genuinely cheaper to fly to another country, get a procedure done, recover, and then fly back home than it is to just walk into the hospital down the street? Well, today we're looking at medical tourism and the very real reasons why more and more Americans are choosing to do exactly that. We're going to be looking at what people are saving, where they're going, and what the actual experience is like on the other side. Let's get into the video.
I'm never seeing a doctor in the US again, so I'm here in Taiwan getting a full comprehensive body checkup, which includes all of these things, for just $280 USD. This was a next day appointment, and they even gave me a free meal. This would have literally cost thousands of dollars in the US. Even if you include our flight to Taiwan, which is about 1.5K, this is still cheaper to fly out.
See, now I love Taiwan. It's one of my favorite countries. I never thought to go to Taiwan for medical tourism. So let's see what the procedures you can get, or what she got for the price. And we're gonna say that $1,500 plus $280 for the actual procedure and the flight. So $1,700. We're gonna round up to $1,800. So the full comprehensive body checkup includes a physician exam plus full vitals, vision, hearing, balance, body fat and visceral fat, CBC, full urine analysis, diabetes, kidney, liver panels, cholesterol and heart risk, electrolytes, thyroid, Hep B, Hep C screening, tumor markers, ultrasounds, plus x-rays, and all of that information printed out in a report. I would say that is a phenomenal price. Could you imagine $280 for all of that stuff? What does that cost in America? I can't even imagine. $280 is probably just for one of these exams, right? I remember when I was doing my backpack across Asia and and I went to like this passport clinic and got a shot. I want to say it's like yellow fever. I can't remember what the shot was. If I remember, I'll let you know in the edit. And it costs like $250 just to get that shot. So this seems like a great deal to me.
I almost spent $4,000 on my teeth, but instead I became a health tourist while visiting Peru. I was told by my dentist in the US that I needed 2 crowns, $1,200 each. I also had some of those old black mercury fillings that I was quoted $800 each to remove, but I kept putting it off because it just wasn't a priority. Fast forward to Peru. I'm here for 2 months with my 2 toddlers visiting family, and I checked out the dentist here. He said American dentists can be a bit radical, and that I didn't even need crowns at all. He repaired a broken cavity, filled 2 small ones, and removed my old mercury fillings. No crowns. And you guys, the most mind-blowing part of it all was it only cost me $480. He explained every single step, took his time, there was no pain, no pressure, no upselling. I'm not saying I don't trust US doctors, I'm saying it's okay to get second opinions, because I almost spent over $4,000 on something I didn't actually need.
See, this is what sparked it off for me. This was a smaller creator who came across my feed on TikTok. But as someone who has had cavities, I haven't had one since I was a teenager back in high school. Brush your teeth, kids. Don't eat sugary snacks all the frickin' time. And especially if you do, rinse that stuff out, okay? Otherwise you're gonna get a bunch of cavities like I did. But one of the things that I really want to do is replace my old mercury fillings. But as she said, it would cost so much money per tooth to do that. And I have a lot of teeth with those fillings in there. But man, oh man, it is really tempting me as I'm abroad here to go and just get that done. And I know some of you are like, you should also get braces to get your teeth fixed. You know what? I don't care.
Okay, you guys, I'm never going back to the American healthcare system after this experience, and you won't believe how much it cost. And hi, if you're new here, my name's Kara. I'm the digital nomad mom, and my family and I sold everything we had to travel the world full time. And today we're getting a checkup at the Memorial Hospital in Istanbul, Turkey. We got a standard checkup for all of us, which included blood testing of our cholesterol, blood count, triglyceride, an EKG, chest x-ray, full urine analysis, and abdominal ultrasound. And for our daughter's pediatric checkup, she received full blood testing along with pediatric, ophthalmology, and ENT examinations. The package also included VIP transfers to and from our hotel, an English translator who accompanied us throughout the day to all of our appointments, a complimentary meal in their restaurant, which was so good, and all testing results translated for us to take home. So for all of this, it cost our family of 3 just $1,300. Turkey is seriously becoming the health tourism capital of the world. And if you have medical or dental needs you've been putting off because of the cost, book you a flight to Turkey and get it done here.
I'm like this close to booking myself a flight to Turkey. So we're going to see a lot of videos out of Turkey for this because there is no country aside from maybe Thailand, and we're going to see that later in the video here, that does medical tourism just so beautifully. $1,300. I would be okay with that if that was just for my person. But no, it was her daughter, and her husband. That is phenomenal. This creator is also super awesome. If you want to move abroad, I would check her channel out.
5 things that I've learned while being in the hospital in India. Number 1, medical insurance costs $10. When I heard that, I was like, oh, $10 a month, that's amazing. They're like, no, $10 a year. Also, the food is fire at the hospital. They don't serve any.
I mean, it's India. Of course, the food is going to be fire. It's going to be so good.
Processed food. Everything's fresh. It's vegetarian. Education is free. Some of the best doctors in the world come from India. The average cost of a one-night stay in a hospital, $2,800 for one night. In California, it's over $4,000 a night. For $2,800, somebody could come here and stay for 8 nights and get a bypass surgery on their heart. All costs included. If you ever have a very, very serious surgery that you need to pay for and somehow can't because, come to India.
Point. So and we're going to get into a different video about this too, but there are a lot of lies that at least I have been told as an American where, going to a different country, well, they're just backwards and we have the best. I mean, we do have some of the best medical schools in the world, but guess what? They have doctors abroad. People in other countries also need to get their medical care. In high school, one of my classmates' moms was from Russia and she was a doctor back in Russia, but had to become a cleaner here. And I'm like, that doesn't even freaking make sense to me. Because if she was a doctor in Russia, she should be able to practice as a doctor here, no? Well, obviously, like the standards are different, stuff like that, but is the body so different? Are the practices so different in Russia versus in the United States? Or is it kind of a xenophobia that we have with other countries?
Medical tourism in Thailand is something that no one really talks about. People are flying all the way across the world to BDMS clinics. Look how nice it is here. So nice here. Hi. Are the results okay?
Very nice.
My blood work last time and you're going to check my vitamin score. Very detailed.
Vitamin A, vitamin E will prescribe the customized supplements for you according to your blood type. Only for you. You cannot share your friend. Okay. Very good hormones. Only a bit too stressed.
Making too many videos. Have eye bags, guys.
Your testosterone very high. You get 9.85. It's yours.
Thank you. All of these pages. Always happy to see you.
Yeah, me too.
Doctors here study at the best schools. Study at Yale, Imperial, Harvard. Going to the VIP room. Beyond luxury here. Oh my gosh. Only in Thailand.
That's a crazy elevator. I've never seen an elevator where you can sit. They really take patient care to that next level. This is luxury. Again, he pointed to the degrees on the wall. I know we were talking about sort of the xenophobia with, well, are they really good doctors if they go to the United States? It looks like they did go to medical schools in the US. I would be probably mistaken if Thailand doesn't have any good medical schools. I'm going to see if I can find some and put on the screen here, and you guys can let me know if the information I found is infactual. Man, I want to go to Thailand again. I really would like to experience this.
I flew to Turkey for a full body checkup for $600. The package included round trip transportation to and from the airport, and when I tell you I felt like a celebrity, they picked us up in a custom Maybach with a TV and drink fridge. We stayed at the Ritz-Carlton because we were feeling fancy, but there are so many nice hotels that are literally only $50 in safe areas. The next morning we arrived at the hospital, which literally looks like a hotel. They have every single doctor you can think of, including gyno, radiologist, cardiologist, dentist, ophthalmologist, so much more. We met with our translator for the day who explained all of the procedures that we'd be getting done. You guys, when I tell you they tested us for everything, I'm talking urine, stool, blood tests, STDs, vitamin levels, hormone levels. They even took an ultrasound of my liver, my thyroid. I then went to the dentist and the eye doctor and then the gyno. And no, I'm not pregnant, but she did show me pictures of the inside of my uterus, which was really cool. Afterwards, we went to lunch, which was complimentary, amazing, healthy Turkish food. Right after lunch, we went to every doctor with our translator and they discussed my test results and also had an action plan.
And that's another concern I would have, is the language barrier. That would probably be one of my number one, if not number two, based on, the price. But it sounds like from what we've seen, price isn't really anything to really worry about if we're comparing it to United States pricing. So the actual translator, that's phenomenal, because there would be sort of a hassle trying to find someone who speaks the local language, speaks Thai, Turkish, Chinese, Spanish, if you don't know those languages. So knowing that is something that is accessible and that they provide to you there at that certain clinic, at some of those specific clinics, is phenomenal. If you're liking this video so far, subscribe. I make videos like this twice a week. Now let's get back into the video.
So since I travel full-time and don't have insurance in the US, I get all of my health, medical, and beauty treatments done when I'm abroad, and I've been back in Bali for the last couple weeks, so here's all the things that I did in my first 48 hours here. Number one is blood work. I like to get certain labs and panels done at least once a year, and the labs that I got only cost me $14, and I had the results back in 3 hours. Number two is not something that I typically do, but I went to the ear doctor because I've had pain in my right ear for a month, so I went to get it checked, and they put this scope in my ear to show me what it looked like, which was honestly so cool. Number three is dental appointments. I always try and get a cleaning done twice a year. This took 20 minutes. It was so fast and efficient and only cost me $30. Next is massages. When I'm in Asia, I get massages like every week, but fresh off the plane, I immediately went and got a 1-hour deep tissue full body massage, which only cost me $16. Number five is nail appointments. There are so many good nail salons in Bali, but I went to Rosie's and got a gel manicure and pedicure, and these are honestly the cutest nails I think I've ever had. In total, this cost about $50. And they gave me a drink, snack, and this rose. Like, oh, that's so cute. Number six is hair appointments. This is a must when you're in the sun and sweating every day. I went to this salon here. They washed my hair, and then I got a scalp and hair treatment, and they gave me a blowout, which, oh my god, I felt like a new person. And last but not least is buying new prescription contacts. I always buy my contacts when I'm traveling because they're so much cheaper than buying them in the US without insurance. I literally just walk into any random optical lens store and tell them my prescription. So in Canggu, I got 3 packs, which cost me $30.
So that seems very wonderful. Now the nails and for the $50, I was confused, but it looks like she also got a pedicure, so a mani and a pedi. For $50, that's really good. Here in Tirana, I got my nails done, and these cost 1,000 lek, or roughly $12 US. So I think I got her beat in that category. Massages, when I was in Cambodia, that's all I did. Every week, multiple times a week, I would get massages. There was this one place, I think I'll try to find it and put on the screen here if you're ever in Siem Reap. I got a 4-hand massage. It costs like, I don't know, $26 for 90 minutes. Two people going at it on my back and really digging in to those knots. Absolutely phenomenal. There are so many different types of luxurious massages you can get. What a time. The teeth cleaning, that seemed like a really good price, $30. That's pretty good. And then one of those treatments that she said she got was like a hair scalp treatment. That is something I've always wanted to try. I'm always a little bit more cautious because I have curly hair, and some of the treatments I would assume are for people with more straight hair with that 1A type hair, in the 1 range, whereas I have, I believe, 3B, 3C, depending on how it curls that day, what products I put in. It's really making me want to go back to Asia, to be honest, to just do the beauty treatments and not even just the medical treatments. I'm gonna be broke. So this is a unique one because this woman goes to Brazil every year, and she's really big here on YouTube. I think her handle is Dots on a Map, so go check out her stuff. She has some of my absolute favorite travel videos. I love her Berlin video. It made me fall in love with the idea of that city, and I believe she is a United States citizen, so going to Brazil is probably way cheaper than doing any of these procedures in the United States, but she is also half Taiwanese, so I don't know if maybe she's done procedures there before, but let's get into the Brazil procedures.
I travel to Brazil every year for my annual medical care because we all know healthcare in the US is a mess. So I thought it'd be interesting to share what I do, how much it costs, and how it compares to the US. This is for both me and my husband. Let's start with dental. This year, both of us got dental cleanings and x-rays. I got 7 gums filled in for sensitivity, and we both got fitted for night guards. Our total here was $1,000 US. Now, this is a little steep, but considering how one night guard is $500 in the US with insurance, it's not so bad. Next, we have our annual physicals, which really centers around blood panels. I got a standard blood panel, which cost $25, and my husband got a comprehensive cholesterol blood panel for $85. Then I had my annual lady exams. The consultation was $100, and I got a super comprehensive blood panel for $200, which tested everything from hormone health to fertility and so much more. This was really above and beyond, which is why it's so expensive. I also got a mammogram and an ultrasound, which was $140. And for both of these, I literally got appointments the next day, right when I wanted them. And finally, my husband got a special cardiology ultrasound to see if his arteries were healthy, and this was $85. So our total for everything was around $1,625. And this year I didn't do any aesthetic treatments, but I have in the past. I get laser facials regularly for $300 in Brazil. I believe there are a few thousand in the US. And I've gotten LASIK corrective eye surgery here for $1,000 US, when in the US it's about $5,000. How much do you think this would cost in the US? I'm really curious.
See, my big fear, I would love to get LASIK eye surgery. I have been wearing glasses ever since I was 7 years old. It's just not something I would ever do. If I was going to ever do something, probably PRK, which is where they like dissolve the layer, I think your cornea. It's just a gross procedure. I don't want to do it. I don't want to have a flap. I'm good with having glasses for the rest of my life. There have been some horror stories, and when it goes bad, it goes incredibly bad. You don't want to be here anymore bad. So again, if you ever want to go abroad for LASIK surgery, it doesn't matter where you go in the world, there's still a risk. I think those prices sound phenomenal, especially with like the laser facial. Those definitely cost a couple thousand in the US.
I took my parents to Turkey for full body longevity checkups because I want my mom and dad to live forever. Doing this in the US would have bankrupted me and been impossible to schedule, but in 3 days, we're doing it all. Genetic testing, full body MRIs, dozens of scans and tests. They've never seen anything like this in the US, and the price in Turkey is jaw-dropping. We were met at the hospital by our incredible translators, which are included in the checkup price, and kicked things off with 47 labs, 4 cancer marker tests, and a hereditary cancer panel that screens 140 plus genes for inherited cancer risk. They've never been filmed at the doctors before, and we're hamming it up. They have a breakfast spread so you can eat after your labs. Then they met with an internal medicine doctor to review symptoms, questions, and health concerns. Now we're off to radiology for a mammogram, thyroid ultrasound, breast ultrasound, and full body MRIs. Dad's request was just don't film out my dress. In America, my parents' health insurance costs $22,000 a year.
Isn't that the crazy thing? Did she say 22,000? Yeah, she said $22,000 a year. Isn't that ridiculous? So it costs us $22,000 a year. And then our copays, we still have to pay a copay. We still have to pay, right? So the $22,000 is the premium, whereas there's a deductible. So for anyone who is not used to the BS, that is the United States healthcare system, a deductible is the fixed amount you pay out of pocket for covered, keyword covered, medical services before your insurance plan begins to pay. It resets annually and applies to services such as hospitalizations, surgeries, and lab, but usually not to preventative care. And then once you meet your deductible, so say you have high premiums, you'll have typically a low deductible. So say you're paying like $5,000, say you're paying like $1,000 a month for your health insurance. That's your premium. And then your deductible is going to be hopefully something low, like $2,000. Yeah, that's low. By the way, $2,000 out of pocket. Or you could have low premiums. This is typically for younger people or people that are generally more healthy. So you'll have low premiums and a high deductible. So a low premium could be, something as low as $200 a month. And then your deductible will be, you have to reach $5,000 or maybe even $10,000. We're gonna say $5,000 to be more hopeful, right? Be more positive. So then if you get hospitalized, then you have to pay that first $5,000. But then once you reach the $5,000, all you have to pay now is your copay. So say you're going in for an annual checkup and something's not covered, then you pay that copay cost. I believe I'm describing this correctly. If not, someone in the comments, please describe this a little bit better. It's a very confusing system. If you are not an American, count your lucky stars that you don't have to deal with this nonsense.
And they still don't get access to testing like this. Next was dermatology for a skin cancer screening, then cardiology for an examination, ECG, and stress test. This is the newest location of the same Memorial Hospital where Cody and I got our checkups last year. By the end of day 1, my parents were blown away. Day 2 started with a dental exam and x-rays, then urology, gynecology. They did a bone density scan, met with a general surgeon and the ophthalmologist where they both walked away with a new glasses prescription. We ended the day with gastroenterology where they did a colonoscopy, upper endoscopy, and colon and stomach biopsy. Whew, big day. Last, you meet with internal medicine again to review results, what to monitor, and next steps. We chose the longevity checkup package, and all of these tests, scans, and specialist appointments, including translators, cost $5,500 per person. Back home, my parents were just billed $9,000 for a single wrist MRI, so we'd never get to do something like this in America.
And of course, I don't think that includes the flight. And if it does include the flight, holy moly. But still, $5,500 for everything she listed, multiple days of checkups, that's phenomenal. And again, we are paying, in this case, her parents are paying $22,000 a year for nothing. They had to get an MRI on a frickin' wrist, and that cost, what she said, $9,000? My country is so messed up, but we have bigger fish to fry, you know, not our medical system. We have other things that I won't get into. So what do you think? Would you ever travel abroad to get a medical procedure done? Would you do it for beauty procedures? Let me know your thoughts. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you dislike it, and I'll see you in the next one. I think you'll like this video next.